We came to China because we wanted to break some boundaries, some barriers. We're on a motorcycle that breaks barriers, that challenges boundaries, and this brings the two together.
This has been quite the adventure. Immediately when we got here, it was about 27 hours of traveling. Coming to China was just a huge question mark. I really had no idea what to expect. There was an enormous presence of you know, just race fans here, and it was really cool to be here and hear the crowd and everything. So as soon as I went out for my warm-up lap, I have to admit, there was some butterflies going because of the amount of people that were here, and it was a really cool feeling. And you know, having taken the win on the first day, I felt pretty confident that we were going to do the double for the weekend. But you know, you want to be as confident as possible and think that you're going to win, but it was tough. Sunday's race was really difficult. It was good that we had a tough competitor with the Yamaha rider, because you know, nobody wants to see a runaway at the front. So as soon as we got going, I actually hole-shotted and pulled a huge gap on the first lap, but then the red flag came out. There was a couple guys that went down, so it was a little bit of a bummer that we had to stop the race and try again. But I knew that I probably wasn't going to be so lucky a second time, and that was the case. As soon as we got going, he was right on my butt, and I really had to work for it. To race that hard for the whole race and then build that little bit of a cushion and be able to celebrate with a wheelie across the finish line with the, you know, grandstand packed full of people was an awesome experience.
I was really impressed with the amount of people that were here. It was a good time seeing that many spectators, you know.
So I've never really seen a grandstand of that size be packed. The amount of international riders here was quite impressive as well. As soon as we got on track, I mean, the level's not quite as high as what it is in the States, but there were some fast riders. And so as soon as I got out there and kind of got scrapping with some guys, I mean, once you're on track with people that are fast, I mean, there's always a mutual respect there. And so I kind of figured out who the fast guys were once we got out there and got to scrapping. You know, you know, I'll give you room, you'll give me room, and then we just kind of learned from each other really quickly. It did feel like a proper international race, which was really cool. But yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but as soon as I got here, it just felt right at home. I mean, I've been to a lot of racetracks, and it always feels like home at the racetrack. People over here are really passionate about the motorsport, and you know, we had car racing and drift racing and all this stuff going on, but also the motorcycle fans, that's what everybody seemed to come for, and that makes me really happy that we put on an awesome show.
The EBR is the ultimate motorcycle. It's not like anything else. It's why I love running it.
Even after the first day's practice, we had a lot of people coming over with interest, just wondering, you know, what's your bike? Where are you from?
It reflects everything that is Eric Buell. To his engineering, with his philosophy on racing, he's everything that I think motorsport and motorcycles should be about. So bringing it out here has been great because people haven't seen it here before.
So I guess in the past here at this circuit that the Yamahas have been the strongest bikes to have, and it was really cool to bring the American EBR over here and show what it's capable of. It's a difficult track because there's a lot of tight hairpins, but also there's some really fast high-speed corners as well. So the strengths of the EBR are definitely coming out of those hairpins with the mega torque that the machine really makes. So also a couple little flip-flop chicanes where, you know, the nimble handling of the motorcycle really shines, and then also just the stability in the chassis and those really high-speed corners. You know, it's not like I was having to brake and worry about losing the front. Man, the thing was just hooked up, felt super solid all weekend, and I think we turned a lot of heads, and there's a lot more people that are curious about the brand now, and that's been the whole objective of coming over here.
Yeah, really glad we've made this decision because it's one of the greatest racing experiences I've had, and I've done it quite a few years now.
Coolest thing about coming here was the fact that I had familiar faces along with me. Last year I got to do some racing with the Splitlath team and met John Dimbelow and got to do a few rounds in the British Superstock Series. And then I had my longtime mechanic and crew chief Tony Pogue come over with me.
I met Cory when he was 16 first started doing the AMA Nationals, if you don't have a good base of people supporting a rider, you know, the rider's pretty much screwed. You got to be able to talk to them. You got to be able to make sure everything's cool with them. And if you don't know how to communicate with your rider, then it doesn't matter how good the bike is. You're not gonna shine. This bike we actually ran it in the BSP. It's the same exact bike that we brought over from England. So we'd already had a really good baseline on this bike. He was super comfortable on it. We just had to make a few small changes for this track and, you know, the pace that he was going. But
it's just awesome when you come over into an unfamiliar place and you're not really sure what's going to happen as far as, you know, the fans and the racetrack and the organization and how the racing is going to go. There's so many things that are unfamiliar that it's really, really nice to have your core group of people that you can count on and rely on and make you feel comfortable and make you feel confident in your machinery. If I didn't have those guys here, this would have been a much more difficult weekend, and I doubt that I would have come home with 2 wins. And that's one thing about coming to the races, is it always feels like a family experience.
Over the last couple of years, we've put together a pretty good team here, and we have a lot of fun that people don't see behind the scenes. We share the same sense of humour. There's a camaraderie within the team that I've not experienced before, and it makes the whole thing such a pleasure. You feel the disappointments together, and you feel the exuberation and celebrations together. Everybody really works so hard at this, and these are things that people don't see.
I'm glad that we got to come here for the first weekend, but to have a perfect weekend has been amazing. You know, to be fastest in the second practice session, and then take the pole and break the track record, and then win both races. You couldn't have asked for a better weekend. But everybody knows now what we're capable of, so I feel like the level is going to be up a notch when I come back in June. So it's time to go back, do a little homework, you know, and come back swinging, because everybody's going to be trying that much harder, and I look forward to the challenge, and I'm sure they do too. So I'm excited to come back and represent the United States and the EBR brand.